my mama, Annie. We was riding on the ferry boat, and she was holding me up to see all the big ships. And then she was walking away, waving, and I couldn't find her no more any place.
Flo, it was only a dream. Now you've got to get back to sleep. It's after 3 o'clock.
Annie, read me a note.
Again? Sure, Molly.
Here it comes again.
Please take good care of our little darling. Her name is Annie.
She was born on October 28th. We'll be back to get her soon. We've left half of the silver locket around her neck and kept the other half. So that when we come back for her, you will know that she's our baby.
All right. Do you want to sleep with your teeth inside of your mouth or out?
Gee, I dream about having a mother and a father again. But you're lucky you really got him.
I know. Somewhere. Maybe far away, or maybe real nearby. He may be pouring her coffee. She may be straining his tie. Maybe in a house all hidden by a hill. She's sitting playing piano. He's sitting paying a bill. Bet you they're young, bet you they're smart, bet they collect things like ashes and art. Bet you they're good, why shouldn't they be? That one mistake was giving up me. So maybe now it's time, and maybe when I wake, they'll be there calling me baby. Bet you he reads, bet you she sews. Maybe she's made me a closet of clothes. Bet you that's strict, as straight as a line. Don't really care as long as they're mine. So maybe now this press, the last one of its kind. Won't you please come get your baby?
Now what? Annie, what are you doing?
Running away?
Oh my goodness!
My parents are never coming for me. I gotta go find them.
Annie, you're crazy. Miss Hannigan will catch you and give you the paddle.
I don't care. I'm getting out of here. Okay, ready now. Wish me luck.
Bye, Annie. So long, dumbbell, and good luck. 1932. This is 1933. You in here, get out! Put that face away! Now, for this one shenanigans, you'll scrub his floor and strip dust back to the laundryman. I know! And then you'll get down on your naughty little knees and clean this stuff until it shines like the top of the Chrysler building. Get to work!
Yes, Miss Hannigan.
Yeah! Why any kid wants to be an orphan, I'll never know.
It's a hard knock life for us. It's a hard knock life for us. Since we get free, get tricks. Since we get free, get kicks. It's a hard knock life. But it's Tuesday, also. It's a hard knock road. We have fun blankets. Set up full empty bellies. Set up full. It's a hard knock life.
Don't it feel like the wind is always howling?
Don't it seem like there's never any light? What's the day that you want to throw the towel in? See the end when you up on the line.
No one's there when your dreams at night get creepy. No one cares if you grow or if you shrink. No one tries when your eyes get wet and weepy. From the crying you would think this place would sing.
Empty belly life. Run belly life. Full of summer life. Just tomorrow life.
Santa Claus we never see.
Santa Claus was there to see. No one cares for you. I say when you're in an orphanage. It's a hard knock life.
You'll dare! Till this note shines like the top of the Chrysler building.
Thank you, Mr. Carpenter. Never been the same again. Never think of anything. I love you, Miss Hannigan. Hard knock life for us. It's a hard knock life for us. No one cares for you, us, miss. When you're in an orphanage. It's a hard knock life. It's a hard knock life. It's not hard knock life. Yeah!
Good morning, children.
Good morning, Miss Hannigan.
Well, I love you, Miss Hannigan.
love you, Miss Hannigan. I love you, Miss Hannigan.
I love you, Miss Hannigan. I love you, Miss Hannigan.
love you, Miss Hannigan.
I love you, Miss Hannigan.
I love you, Miss Hannigan. I love you, Miss Hannigan. I love you, Miss Hannigan. I love you, Miss Hannigan.
I love you, Miss Hannigan.
I love you, Miss Hannigan.
What are you doing in there?
Nothing.
Get her out! You! Your days are numbered. All right, breakfast.
Hot mush?
No, you don't get hot mush this morning. You get cold mush. And after your mush, you'll get to your sewing machines. There's an order of dresses that need to be done today if you have to work straight through to midnight.
Yes, Miss Hannigan.
Come on up.
Laundry! Laundry man!
Morning, bundles.
Morning, kids. Clean sheets once a month, whether you need them or not. Hey, Aggie. How's the prettiest gal south of 14th Street?
Bundles. Still full of the same old malarkey.
Oh, Aggie, why can't I ever get to first base with you?
Because I'm saving it for my wedding night. Now get out of here with that damn laundry.
Okay. So long, gorgeous, and Merry Christmas.
Ha! You call this floor clean, Annie? This place looks like a pigsty.
Sure, kid. Why not? No one's buying them anyway.
Gee, thanks, lady.
Say, kids, when is your kids' picnic?
As soon as I take a bite.
I knocked this mutt back here in the alley. Get in there.
Good. You're supposed to be a whole mess of them running over to ask you, please. Come on, Charlie.
Hey! There's one they didn't get. Hi. Oh, you poor boy. They're after you, ain't they? Well, they're after me, too. But don't you worry. I'm not going to let them get you or me. And everything's going to be fine. I'll take care of you. And if not today, well... The sun will come out tomorrow. Bet your bottom dollar that tomorrow there'll be sun. Just thinking about tomorrow clears away the cobwebs and the sorrows till there's none. When I'm stuck with the day that's gray and lonely, I just look on my chin and grin and say, the sun will come out tomorrow, so you gotta hang on till tomorrow. Come what may, tomorrow, tomorrow, I love you tomorrow. You're always a day away.
Hey, you! Little girl, come here!
Yes, officer?
That guy there. Ain't I see him running around the neighborhood? Ain't he a stray?
A stray? Oh, no, officer. He's my dog.
Your dog, huh? So what's his name?
His name? His name is, well, Sandy. Yeah, that's it, Sandy. You see, I call him Sandy because of his nice sandy color.
Sandy Killer. Well, let's see him answer to his name.
You mean when I call him?
Right, when you call him. By his name, Sandy.
Well, you see, officer, I just got him, and sometimes he just doesn't want...
Oh!
Come here, Sandy. Here, boy, good old Sandy.
Well, maybe he is your dog. But the next time you take him out, I want to see him on a real leash and with a license. Or else he goes to the pond and they put him to sleep. Do you understand?
Yes, sir, I understand. On a real leash with a license.
Now get along with yourself before you catch your death of coolness.
When I'm stuck with a day that's gray and lonely, I just stick on my chin and grin and say, the sun come out tomorrow, so you gotta hang on till tomorrow.
the penthouse.
Hey, Eddie, give me a hand.
Sure thing, beautiful. How'd it go today, Ellie?
7 million people in this town, and you can't sell one lousy apple.
But hey, look at this. We made Colliers again. And whom are they trusted, and now they are busted. Thousands of once affluent Americans are today living in makeshift towns called Hoovervilles. In New York City alone, there are more than a dozen Hoovervilles. Riverside Drive, and Central Park, and hey, here we are, 59th Street Bridge.
Hooray! Today we're living in a shanty. Today we're scrounging for a meal. Today I'm stealing copper wires. Who knew I could steal?
I used to winter in the tropics.
I spent my summers at the shore.
I used to throw away the papers.
He don't anymore. We'd like to thank you, Hoover, for really showing us the way. We'd like to thank you, Hoover. You made us what we are today. Prosperity was round the corner. A cozy cottage built for two. And this was all that you gave us. Yes, we're turning blue. They offered us something and Hoover. We paid attention and we chose. Not only did we pay attention, we paid through God knows.
And everybody said a chicken.
But never to be forgotten.
Not only don't we have a chicken, we ain't got the money. We already got a grateful nation, so our hands are out to you. We're up to here in admiration. About it happened interest you. Come downstairs for Christmas dinner. Be sure to bring the missus too. We got a turkey for a stuffing. Why don't we stuff you? We got the turkey for a stuffing. Why don't we stuff you? Hey, honey, we'd like to thank you for really showing us the way. You dirty virtue, you're a brat. Made us what we are today. Come and get it, Herb.
Excuse me, folks, but did anyone here leave a red-headed kid in an orphanage about 11 years ago?
Ladies and gentlemen, dinner, sir. Soup's on.
Hey, kid, are you hungry?
Nah,
No? Okay.
but my dog is.
Come on, kid, and bring your dog too.
I'll get her a cup.
Oh, here, use mine.
Here you go, kid.
Gee, thanks, lady.
Call me Sophie.
I'm Annie, and this is Sandy.
Pleased to meet you. Ain't you, Phil, hon?
Oh,
It's the spot, don't it?
Hey, kid, what are you doing all alone this time of night?
oh, I'm looking for my parents. They're lost.
Lost? And how long have you been looking for them?
11 years.
Now that's lost.
Hey, don't worry, you'll find them.
You bet I'll find them.
Hey, there's something I haven't heard since 1928.
What's that?
Optimism. What do we have to be optimistic about?
Look at us. Life's a nightmare.
Well, you gotta have a dream
With traffic rattling overhead all night.
to wake you up from your nightmares.
Empty pockets.
At least you got pockets.
Freezing fingers.
Lucky you got them empty pockets.
Newspapers for blankets.
You can read in bed.
You should have been a politician. You really got away with words.
We should have had you on the ballot.
And other guys were born up. Evening.
All right, go along. All you bums out of here.
Hey, they're not bombs!
We're tearing down this gun pile now.
Oh, you fuck! Get out of here!
Hey!
DIVX radio brings you Ma first. Ma daughter Faye is going to marry Carl Michael. On Friday, Carl went back to Chicago.
Oh, Carl.
But no sooner had Carl left town when Dr. Andrew took Dorothy to the Bahamas for a long vacation.
Good afternoon. Miss Hennigan, is it?
Yes.
I'm Lieutenant Ward of the 17th Precinct. We found her runaway. You.
Oh, thank you so much, officer.
She was in one of those Hoovervilles by the river with a bunch of bums.
They weren't bums.
Had a mangy mutt with her too, but he got away.
Oh, poor Pumpkin out in the freezing cold with just that thin sweater. I hope you didn't catch influenza. Thanks so much again, officer.
All in the line of duty. And you, don't let me hear that you ever run away again from this nice lady. Good afternoon.
Now I'm gonna have your head, and the next time you walk out that door, it'll be 1953. Well, are you glad to be back?
Oh, yes, Miss Hannigan.
Liar! What's the one thing I always taught you? Never tell a lie. Well, what's the one thing I always taught you?
Never tell a lie, Miss Hannigan.
For what you've done, I could get fired and have the Board of Orphans sticking their nose around here, or you'll pay for it.
Good afternoon, Miss Hannigan, is it?
Yes.
Oh, good. I'm Grace Farrell, and the New York City Board of Orphans suggested that...
Wait a minute. I can explain everything. It was Annie, you see, who got into Bundle's laundry bag.
Miss Hannigan,
And sure, I know I should have called Mr. Donatelli instead of the cops.
Miss Hannigan, I haven't the slightest idea what you're talking about.
Wait a minute. Hold it, sister. If it's beauty products you're peddling, I don't need any.
Miss Hannigan, I'm not peddling anything. I am private secretary to Oliver Warbucks.
Oliver Warbucks? The Oliver Warbucks?
The Oliver Warbucks.
Oh my God! I read in Winchell's column that he has more do-re-mi than Tommy Manville.
I wouldn't know, Miss Hannigan. I don't read Mr. Winchell. Miss Hannigan, Mr. Warbucks has decided to invite an orphan to spend the Christmas holidays at his home, and I came to select one for him.
You sure he wouldn't rather have a lady? I got 2 weeks coming. What sort of orphan did you have in mind?
Well, she should be friendly. And intelligent.
Mississippi, capital MISSISSIPPL.
And cheerful.
You shut up! And how old?
Oh, age doesn't really matter. Say 8 or 9, 10, 11. 11 would be just perfect. Oh, and I almost forgot. Mr. Warbucks prefers red-headed children.
11? Oh, redhead. No, I'm sorry, we don't have any orphans like that around here.
Well, what about this child right here?
Annie? No, you wouldn't want Annie. She's, a drunk and, a liar. A drunk and a liar.
Miss Hannigan, I'm sure she's a drunk and a liar. Come here, Annie. How would you like to spend the next 2 weeks at Mr. Warbucks' house?
Oh, boy, I would love to. I would really love to. Wait a minute. Now, you can have any orphan in the orphanage, but not Annie.
Why?
I already told you.
Miss Hannigan, I assume it has something to do with all that business about the police and the laundry bag? Perhaps I should call Mr. Donatelli at the Board of Orphans and sign it.
Sure, I'll sign it. I'm an easy gal to get along with. If it's Annie you want, it's Annie you get.
It's Annie I want.
Oh, boy.
So, if you'll get her coat, we'll be going along right now.
Coat? She don't have no coat.
All right, then we'll buy her one. We'll go to Best and get you a warm winter coat.
Oh, boy, I can hardly believe it.
Come along, dear. Mr. Warbucks' limousine is waiting right outside.
Hey, kids, I'm getting out of here for Christmas. I'll write to you. Get away. Get away.
afternoon, Drake. Everyone?
Miss?
Has Mr. Warbucks arrived yet?
No, miss, but I called you tomorrow and his flight from Chicago arrived at 3:30. So we're expecting him at any moment.
Do you really live here? Or is this the train station?
We really live here. Mrs. Greer, has the carpet been put down in the dining room?
Yes, miss.
Good. And has the Steinway been tuned?
Yes, miss.
Everything's in perfect order, miss. Miss Pure's prepared his favorite dinner.
Fine.
It will be good to see Mr. Warbucks again.
Yes, 6 weeks is a long time.
Yes, miss.
Everyone, come here for a moment, please.
Quickly, everyone, quickly.
Everyone, this is Annie. She'll be with us for the next 2 weeks for Christmas.
Miss?
Annie, this is everyone.
Hi, everyone.
May I take your coat, miss?
Will I get it back?
Of course, dear.
Gee, I really love my new coat, Miss Farrell.
I'm glad, dear. Now, what would you like to do first?
The floors. I'll scrub them. Then I'll get to the windows.
You won't have to do any work while you're here, dear.
I won't?
Of course not. You're our guest. And for the next 2 weeks, you're gonna have a swell time. Cecile will pick out all your clothes.
Green is your best color. No, blue, I think.
Your bath is drawn by Mrs. Greer.
So, no bubbles, I think.
Annette comes in to make your bed.
Still, no, the satin sheets, I think. I think I'm gonna like it here.
The swimming pool is to the left.
Inside the house?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, boy.
The tennis court is in the rear.
But I never even picked up a racket.
Have an instructor here at noon. Oh, and get that John Budge fellow if he's available.
I think I'm gonna like it here.
When you wake, ring for Drake. Drake will bring your tray. When you're through, Mrs. Pugh comes to take it away. No need to pick up any toy.
That's okay, I haven't got any anyway.
No finger will you lift, my dear. We have but one request. Please put us to the test.
I know I'm gonna like it here. Used to room in a tomb where I sit and breathe. Get me now, holy cow! Could someone pick me, please?
Ouch! She didn't mean it. We never had a little girl.
I'm very glad to volunteer.
We hope you understand. Your wishes are command. We know you're gonna like it here. Welcome.
Where the hell is everyone?
Welcome home, Mr. Warbucks.
Welcome home, Mr. Warbucks.
It's good to be home.
How was your flight from Chicago?
Not bad. Took 11 hours, and we only had to stop 4 times. Now, first things first, messages.
Yes, President Roosevelt called. He wants you to call him at the White House.
I'll get back to him tomorrow. Anyone else?
John D. Rockefeller, Mahatma Gandhi, and Harpo Marx.
Nothing urgent. What did Harpo want?
He didn't say.
Drake, I'll need my smoking jacket, please.
Mr. Warbucks, I would like you to meet.
Oh, Mrs. Pugh.
Yes, sir.
I won't be having dinner tonight. I've got hours of paperwork to get through.
Yes, sir.
And Grace, I'll need you for dictation.
Yes, sir.
All right. It's good to see you all again.
Sir.
Drake, dismiss the staff.
Yes, sir.
Grace, if you get your notebook in, who is that?
This is Annie, sir. The orphan who's going to spend Christmas with us.
The orphan? But that's not a boy. Orphans are supposed to be boys.
Oh, well, you just said an orphan, so I chose a girl.
Well, I suppose she'll have to do. So you're Annie, huh? Annie what?
Sir, Mr. Warbucks, I haven't got any last name that I know of.
So you're just Annie, huh?
Just Annie. And I'm sorry I'm not a boy.
I don't suppose you'd like to meet Lou Gehrig.
Oh, boy. Sure. Who's Lou Gehrig?
I couldn't be happier that you'll be spending the Christmas holidays with us. Grace, we'll begin with the iron ore shipments from Toledo to... What are we supposed to do with this child?
It's her first night here, sir.
Oh, it is? Well, Annie, your first night here, I guess we ought to do something special for you. Would you like to go to a movie?
A movie? Oh, boy, I'd love to. I mean, I heard a lot about them, but I've never been to one.
Never?
No, sir.
Well, we've got to do something about that right away. And nothing but the best for you, Annie. You go to the Roxy, then an ice cream soda at Rumpelmeyer's, and a handsome cab ride around Central Park.
Golly!
Grace, forget about the dictation for tonight. Instead, you take Annie to the movies.
Yes, sir.
Aw, gee.
Something the matter, Annie?
No, it's just that... Aw, gee.
No, what is it, child? You don't want to go to the Roxy?
Oh, no, I want to go. It's just that... I thought you were going to take me.
Me? Oh, no. I'm afraid I'll be far too busy tonight to...
Aw, gee.
You see, Annie, I've just been away 6 weeks, making an inspection toward my factories. Or what's left of my factories in this damn depression. How when a man is running a multi-billion-dollar corporation that has millions of...
That's okay, Mr. Warbucks.
Bernard Baruch calling.
Oh, good. Hello, Barney. Yes, I just got in an hour ago. No, Detroit and Chicago. Barney, I didn't like what I saw out there. Factory shut down. My factory shut down. Darn tootin'. If I'm not making money, nobody is. And damn it, Barney, your pal Roosevelt has got to do something drastic. He's got to come up with a new approach, a new plan, a new something. Yes, I know he's a Democrat, but he is a human being, too. All right, I'll talk to you about it. Come over here tonight. I can show you we'll be able to... Barney, make it tomorrow. Tonight I've got a date to go to the movies with a 10-year-old girl.
11.
Oh, I was mistaken. She's 11. Goodbye, Barney. Drake. Coats.
Yes, sir.
You'll come too, of course, Grace.
Yes, sir.
Will you be wanting the Bentley, sir, or the Duesenberg?
The Duesenberg. No, wait. This child has been cooped up in an orphanage. We'll walk.
Walk to the Roxy.
Sure. Why not? It's only 45 blocks.
Yes, sir.
Ah, smell that. Fifth Avenue bus fumes. There's no air like the air of New York. And you don't realize how much you miss it. The whole damn city. Until you've been away from it for a while. Like the man says, after New York, every place else is Bridgeport. NYC. What is it about you? You're big, you're loud, you're tough. slow, folks. We gotta get in the rocks before the prices change. What other town in the whole 48 can have compared to you? Oh, NYC. You make them all postcards. You crowd, you cram, you're still the chance. Amen for NYC. The shimmer of Times Square, the pulse, the beat, the drive. You might say the Times Square, but then I come alive. The city bright as a penny arcade. It clicks, it tilts, it rains. By bus, by train, you can't explain. There again, for NYC. Just got here this morning. 3 bucks to make 1 week. NYC. I keep me morning. Good girl, good night, sleep tight in NYC.
Who sets out to prove for herself what so many women long to prove, that because a woman is 35 or more, romance in life need not be over. That romance can live at 35 and after.
Oh, merciful God, I hope so.
Good afternoon, Miss Hannigan.
Oh, yeah. Beryl. You're early. Only 1 week. What's the matter? Warbuck's fed up with Annie already?
Oh, no, on the contrary. Mr. Warbucks is delighted with Annie, and Annie is having the time of her life.
How nice.
Yes. They're practically inseparable. They go everywhere together, to the Roxy, to the Stock Exchange. Oh, and guess where they had lunch yesterday?
The Waldorf.
No, the Automat.
The Automat?
Yes. And Annie just loves her new coat. She never takes it off.
Never?
Mm-mm. Miss Hannigan, I know you're very busy, but this paper has to be signed and sent back to Mr. Donatelli at the Board of Orphans by no later than 10 o'clock tomorrow morning.
What for?
Well, Mr. Warbucks is so taken with Annie that, guess what?
What?
He wants to adopt her.
How nice. How wonderful. Now, let me get this wonderful news straight. Annie is going to be Warbucks' kid, the daughter of a millionaire.
Oh, no, no, no. The daughter of a billionaire.
A billionaire?
Yes. And Mr. Warbucks asked me to stop by in person to tell you that Annie will never come back here again.
Never? My. Would you excuse me for a moment, please?
Sure.
Now, is there any more wonderful news?
I told you about the coat, didn't I?
Yes, you told me about the coat.
Well then, good day and Merry Christmas.
Yeah, Merry Christmas.
Oh.
Hey, oops. Pardon me, Toots. Hiya, sis, long time no see.
Rooster? Oh my God, it never rains, but it pours. They finally let you out of Leavenworth, huh?
I got 6 months off for good behavior.
I'll bet. What was it this time?
Some old geezer from Yonkers said I swindled him out of $1,100.
Why'd he say that?
Because the rooster swindled him out of $1,100.
Lil sis, I'd like you to meet a friend of mine from Jersey City, Miss Lily St. Regis.
I'm named after the hotel.
Which floor?
Don't you just love Lily, sis?
Yeah, I'm nuts about her. Rooster, do me a favor. Get out of here and take the St. Regis with you.
Oh, come on, Aggie.
Hit it, Rooster. Looking for another handout, huh?
Nah, I got $80 coming in the mail Thursday. So's all I need is a 10 to tide me over.
Uh-huh. Not even a nickel for the subway, Rooster.
A $5, Aggie.
$5? Oh, God, I'm gonna laugh. You and all your big talk. Gonna be living in clover.
This ain't exactly Buckingham Palace.
Yeah, I'm on the city. Free food, steady salary, free gas and electric. I'm doing all right.
Sis, you're doing like I'm doing.
Lousy.
Oh, Aggie, how'd the two Hannigan kids ever end up like this? On the skids. I remember the way our sainted mother would sit and croon us her lullaby.
She'd say, kids, there's a place that's like no other. You gotta get there before you die.
You don't get there by playing from the rule board.
You stack the aces.
You look the dice. Mother dear, oh, we know you're down there listening. How can we follow your sweet advice? Easy street, easy street, where you sleep till noon. She repeats, easy street, better get there soon. Aggie, who was that broad I bumped into when I come in? looked like she had a couple of dollars.
Oh, she works for Oliver Warbucks.
Oliver Warbucks? The Oliver Warbucks? The millionaire?
No, the billionaire, you dumb hotel. She works for him up in his mansion on Fifth Avenue.
Fifth Avenue? He don't live on Fifth Avenue.
He don't? Where does he live?
Easy street, easy street, where the rich folks play. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Easy street, when you get there, stay.
Aggie, what did that dame want?
Brought me the wonderful news that Annie, one of the orphans from here, Annie, God, I hate that kid, is getting adopted by Warbucks. Gonna have everything. That rotten kid is gonna have everything.
Crummy orphan living in a lap of luxury. It ain't fair.
No, it ain't fair.
It ain't fair how we scrounge for 3 or 4 bucks, while she gets $4.
The little brat. It ain't fair, this here life is driving me nuts. While we get peanuts, she's living fat.
Maybe she holds the key, that little lady,
To get more bucks.
instead of less. Maybe we fix the game with something shady.
What does that put on?
Tell her.
Give you one guess.
Yes!
Easy street, easy street, Heidi is the key. Yes-a-ree, yes-a-ree, yes-a-ree.
Yes. Mr. President, I'll grant you that Barney Baruch and I are not exactly standing in bread lines. No, I'm not asking for your help. I've never asked for any man's help, and I never will. But you've got to do something, and you've got to do it damn fast. All right. I'll talk to you on...
Friday.
Friday. Good. Mr. President, why don't we bury the hatchet? And you come here with Mrs. Roosevelt for supper on Christmas Eve. Wonderful. Goodbye, Mr. President. If I thought he was going to say yes, I never would have invited him. Grace, call Al Smith and find out what Democrats eat.
Yes, sir.
And make a note. Friday morning, 11 a.m., meeting at the White House with President Roosevelt.
Yes, sir.
The package from Tiffany's?
Arrived this morning, sir.
I'll just give this thing to her and tell her I want to adopt her. Where is Annie?
She's up in her room writing letters to her friends at the orphanage. I'll have Drake call her.
Good. Damn.
Oh, you don't need to be worried, sir. She's going to be the happiest little girl in the world.
Damn right she is. I'm not nervous. Get her down here.
All right. Drake, Mr. Warbucks will see Annie now.
Yes, miss. Miss Annie, Mr. Warbucks will see you now.
Thank you, Mr. Drake.
Hello, Annie. How are you today?
Just fine, sir. How are you?
Fine. Annie, the time has come for the two of us to have a very serious discussion.
Oh, you're sending me back to the orphanage, right?
No, of course not. Annie, can we have a man-to-man talk?
Sure.
I was born into a very poor family in what they call Hell's Kitchen, right here in New York. Both of my parents died before I was 10, and I made a promise to myself that someday, one way or another, I was going to become rich. Very rich.
That was a good idea.
By the time I was 23, I made my first million. In 10 years, I had turned that into 100 million. And in those days, that was a lot of money. Anyway, money was all that I've ever given a damn about. And I might as well tell you, Annie, I was ruthless to those I had to climb over in order to get to the top. Because I've always believed one thing. You don't have to be nice to the people you meet on the way up, if you're not coming back down again. But lately I've realized something. There's no matter how many Rembrandts or Duesenbergs you've got. If you have no one to share them with, if you're alone, why, you might as well be broken back in Hell's Kitchen. Do you understand what I'm trying to say?
Sure.
Good.
Kind of.
Kind of?
I guess not.
Damn! Annie, I was in Tiffany's yesterday and picked up this thing for you. Had it engraved.
For me? Gee, thanks, Mr. Warbucks. You're so nice to me.
It's a silver locket. I noticed that old broken one you always wear, and I said to myself, I'm gonna get that kid a nice new locket.
Gee, thanks, Mr. Warbucks. Thanks so much.
Here, we'll just take this old one off.
No, I don't want a new locket.
Annie, what is it?
This locket? My parents, they left it for me when they left me at the orphanage. And I know I'm real lucky being here with you and all for Christmas. But there's something, I hate to say it, there's something I want more than all the world. Is to be like my mother and to find my mother and father and be like kids with.
Don't worry, Annie. I'll find your parents for you. I'll find them for you. I'll get her branded.
Come on, honey. Come on. It's going to be okay, honey. Come on, sit down over here.
Miss Annie, you just see. If anyone can find your parents, Mr. Warbucks is the man.
There's nothing to worry about, dear. Mr. Warbucks will find your mother and father. If he has to put every man in his organization on the job, if he has to pull every political string there is to pull, up to and including the White House.
The League of Nations.
If he should need the FBI, then he will have the FBI with all the favors that he's done. J. Edgar Hoover calls him one, and then the midnight oil gets
Edgar, Warbucks. I want 50 of your best G-men. For a day, a week, months, for however long it takes. Put them on vacation and I'll pay for it. Yes, I'll pay all costs. Good. When can I have them? Tomorrow morning? Good. Oh, and Jay, I want Gunderson. We'll take him off the Dillinger case. Hip, hip. Hooray! Hip, hip. Hooray! Hip, hip.
Hooray!
Give me your locket.
But Mr. Warbucks, I
understand, but it may be our best clue. We'll have the FBI trace it to where it was bought, then find out who bought it.
Okay, and maybe they should have my note, too.
You just wait, Annie. You could be meeting your parents within a couple of days.
Really?
Really.
I could get right to the kids about this. Says I could be meeting my folks in just a few days. So maybe now this prize, the last one of its kind. Won't you please come get your baby? Maybe.
On America's favorite radio program, The Occident's Hour of Smiles, starring your old softie, Bert Healy. A moment of tears.
Thank you, Bert Healy.
But still remember, folks.
Smile, darn ya, smile.
That's right, Wacky. Smile, darn ya, smile.
Say, who's it who just walked into our WEAF studio?
Why, it's none other than that wealthy industrialist and Wall Street tycoon, Oliver Warbucks.
Good evening, Oliver Warbucks. It's good of you to stop by.
Good evening, Bert Healy. It's nice to be here.
Oliver Warbucks, I hear that you have something to tell the folks at home about wonder little Annie here.
Yes, Annie is an 11-year-old foundling who was left by her parents on the steps of New York's municipal orphanage on the night of December 31st, 1922.
And, Oliver Warbucks, aren't you now conducting a nationwide coast-to-coast search for Annie's parents?
Yes, Bert Healy. We are now conducting a coast-to-coast nationwide search for Annie's parents. Furthermore, I'm offering a certified check for $50,000 to any persons who can prove they are Annie's parents.
Wow!
$50,000. Wow. Oliver Warbucks.
Oh boy, oh boy. 50,000 Snickers. Shh, quiet, Wacky. This is no joke. I know, Mr. McCracken. Everything you say is no joke. You move your lips too.
Well, Annie's parents, if you're listening in, you can write to Oliver Warbucks, care of this station, WEAF, New York, New York, or directly to him at
my home, Bert Healy, 987 Fifth Avenue, New York, New York.
That's 987 Fifth Avenue, New York, New York. Thank you, Oliver Warbucks.
Thank you, Bert Healy. I would now like to take the opportunity to thank the makers of all new Oxident toothpaste with Miracle K64 to fight bad breath for letting me appear here this evening. Good night, Bert Healy.
Good night, Oliver Warbucks. Well, I can see by the old clock on the wall that another of our Thursday night get-togethers has gone by faster than you can say. Oxident. The toothpaste of the stars to keep your teeth Hollywood bright. And now from all of the Hour of Smiles family, Ronnie, Bonnie, and Connie, the lovely Boylan sisters, Fred McCracken,
And Jimmy Johnson, radio's only masked announcer.
This is Bert Healy saying, hey, hobo man, hey, dapper dad, you both got your style, but brother, you're never fully dressed without a smile. Your clothes may be Beau Brummely, they stand out the mile, but brother, you're never fully dressed without a smile. Who cares what you're wearing on Main Street or Savile Row? It's what you wear from ear to ear and not from head to toe that matters. Senator, janitor, so long for a while, remember you're never fully dressed without a...
Ready or not, here he goes. Listen to VirtualDub and smiling toes.
Ah, the lovely Boylan sisters.
Your clothes may be Beau Brummely, they stand out a mile, but brother, you're never fully dressed, you're never dressed without a cross. Am I really smart on you?
Yes, this is your old softie, Mrs. Healy's boy Bert, saying for all of the Hour of Smiles family, bonsoir, arrivederci, guten Tag, and gosh, I almost forgot, good night.
Gee, Annie's on the radio coast to coast. She's famous. Wish I was on the radio. Me too. Nah, not me. Who wants to be in a double radio?
I do. And for all the Hour of Smiles family, this is Bert Healy saying, hey, hobo man, hey, dapper Dan, you both got your style.
But brother, you're never fully dressed without a smile. Your clothes may be Beau Brummely, they stand out a mile. But brother, you're never fully dressed without a smile.
do with $50,000? God, I hate that Annie so much you'd think I was her mother.
Excuse us, miss. Are you the lady that runs this here orphanage?
Yeah? What do you want?
Oh, Ralph, I'm scared. Something could have happened to her.
Hush, Shirley. It'll be all right, Shirley. She's going to be here and she's going to be ours again. Ma'am, was you working here 11 years ago?
Yeah?
Well, we had terrible troubles back then. And we had to head north to Canada. And we had to leave a baby here on the front stoop.
Our little girl, our Annie.
Annie? You're Annie's parents?
Yes, ma'am. We are.
Annie's parents? I can hardly believe this. Where'd you say you came from again?
We come from a little farm up in Canada, where they have lots of chickens, ducks, geese, and roosters.
Gotcha, sis.
Oh my God, Rooster! I never would have known it was you in 100 years!
Full, Jaggy. We're gonna full war box too.
Get ourselves 50,000 big ones.
This is gonna be the best Funko job ever, Aggie. I know a guy out in Brooklyn who can doctor up a fake birth certificate or any other papers you want. But we need your help, sis. For the details about Annie that can help us pull this thing off.
Sure, I could help. A lot. But what's in it for me?
3-way split, Aggie.
Half.
Half? Half?
Half. Straight down the middle. 25 grand each. But we gotta do it fast. Give them some of the old rooster razzle-dazzle. In and out. 2 or 3 minutes at the most. We get the money, we get the kid, and we get the hell out of town.
Yeah, the kid, Annie. That's the problem. What are we gonna do with her afterward?
Aggie, that's no problem. When I want something to disappear, it disappears. For good. We get the 50 grand, we blow this crummy town, then Lil and me will meet you.
Where? Oh, yeah.
Easy street, easy street, that is the key.
Yes, sirree, yes, sirree, yes, sirree.
Easy street, easy street,
That's where we're gonna. That's where we're gonna. That's where we're
All we have had from Franklin Delano Roosevelt and his so-called brain trust is a great deal of high-flown talk and virtually no action. In a nation racked by poverty, misery, and unemployment, it is deeds we want from the White House, not words. In short, Mr. President, if you are listening, we've had enough of your fireside chats. It is time to...
Criticism, damn it, nothing but criticism.
I know.
It's awful. Did anybody see the Washington Post this morning?
My friends, I say again, the only thing we have to fear is fear itself. You're never fully dressed without a smile. Every cloud has a silver lining.
Calling for Warbucks and friend to see you, sir.
Thank you, Louis. Show them in.
Yes, sir.
Oliver, good of you to come.
Good morning, Mr. President.
Well, who is this we have here?
Mr. President, this is my good friend Annie. She so wanted to meet you, I couldn't resist bringing her along.
Annie? Ah, yes, the little girl who sang so beautifully on the radio last night.
Annie, this is President Roosevelt.
How do you do, President Roosevelt?
How do you do, Annie? You're as lovely as you sounded on the radio.
Thank you, President Roosevelt.
Well, shall we begin?
And if you wait outside, I'll...
No, Oliver. Let Annie stay. Having a child on hand will keep us at our best behavior.
Thank you, Mr. President. Annie?
Harold, I don't want to hear as much as even a gosh out of you. Oliver, you know everyone, of course. But Annie, let me introduce you. Secretary of Labor Perkins, Secretary of State Hull, Acting Secretary of the Treasury Morgenthau, Secretary of the Interior Ickes, and my good friend and aide, Mr. Lewis Howe. Now, Oliver, since you speak for those few happy Americans who have any money left, I'd like to begin with your views on the matter.
Mr. President, in the words of Calvin Coolidge, the business of this country is business. And for the good of you, Wall Street, and me, we've got to get my factories open and the workers back to work.
According to my latest figures, there are now 15 million Americans out of work, and nearly 50 million with no visible means of support.
Mr. President, if I may say so, unemployment is not our worst problem. The dispatches from Germany are becoming more and more disturbing each day. There could be war.
Germany, hell, people are starving in this country.
Harold, I know that, but in the long run.
Cordell, for people who are starving, there is no long run.
The trouble is, it's all happening at once. The stock market is taking another nosedive.
Sit-down strikes, riots, floods, dust storms.
And the FBI still hasn't caught Dillinger.
Well, at least we're all agreed on one thing. The situation is hopeless and getting worse.
The sun will come out tomorrow. Bet your bottom dollar that tomorrow there'll be sun.
Shh, quiet, little girl.
No, Harold. Go ahead, Annie. It's still a free country.
Just thinking about tomorrow clears away the cobwebs and the sorrows till there's none. When I'm stuck with a day that's gray and lonely, I just stick out my chin and grin and say, the sun will come out tomorrow, so you gotta hang on till tomorrow. Come on, babe. Tomorrow, I love you. Tomorrow, you're always a day away.
Harold Ickes, stand up.
What?
Stand up. Now sing.
Sing?
Yes, sing like Annie. I've just decided if my administration is going to be anything, it's going to be optimistic about the future of this country. Now sing.
But really, Frank, you know that I...
Sing. Louder, Harold. Perkins.
Just thinking about tomorrow, clears away the cobwebs and the sorrow till there's none.
So well for the president when I'm stuck with a day that's gray and lonely. I just stick out my chin and grin and say, my friends, everyone, Republicans too, Oliver, sing.
The sun will come out tomorrow, so you gotta hang
Thank you. Excuse me. This isn't for me. It's for you, Oliver, from your secretary in New York. Hundreds of couples jamming a street outside house, all claiming to be Annie's parents, have started screening them. Suggest you return to New York immediately. Signed, Grace Farrell.
Well, it looks as though the Hour of Smiles had more listeners than we thought, huh, Annie?
Gee, hundreds of couples. One of them is bound to be my parents.
Well, Oliver, as much as I'm enjoying your company, and especially yours, Annie, I suggest you return to New York immediately.
Yes, Mr. President, if you don't mind, Annie.
Goodbye, everybody. Goodbye, President Roosevelt, and thank you.
No, thank you, Annie. You're the kind of person a president should have around him.
Mr. President, perhaps we could build hundreds or thousands of federal projects.
Dams.
Highways.
New post offices.
And put the unemployed to work, building them.
We can create 5 million new jobs within 6 months.
And weekly paychecks will get all of those millions off of relief and back to paying taxes.
We'll build a country so strong that no one, not even the Chancellor Hitler, could ever beat us in a war.
The FBI caught Babyface Nelson, didn't they? They're bound to catch Dillinger. True.
Mr. President, what we've got to give this country is nothing less than a new outlook.
A new approach.
A new vision.
A new concept.
A new dedication.
A new horizon.
A new spirit.
A new attitude.
A new deal.
Yes.
My friends, I was correct the first time I said the only thing we have to fear is fear itself. Tomorrow, I love you. Tomorrow, you're only a day away. Harmony. Tomorrow, I love you. Tomorrow, you're only a day
Miss Farrell, I'm afraid there's still no sign of Mrs. Warbucks or Miss Annie.
Drake, look at all these questionnaires. Do you realize that I've spoken to 627 women who've claimed to be Annie's mother and 619 men who've said they were her father? Now, let's see, that makes
1,246.
all liars. Drake, I never realized there were so many dishonest people on the island of Manhattan.
Some of them were from the Bronx, miss.
We're back, Grace.
Where are they, Miss Farrell? Where are all the people?
They're gone, dear. Come and gone. I'm sorry, Annie, but they were all liars and fakes after nothing but the $50,000.
Aw, gee.
Are you certain?
Yes, sir. None of them knew about the locket. I'm so sorry.
Hundreds of couples. I thought one of them was going to be my parents.
Excuse me, sir, but this has just come from via special messenger from the FBI.
Good. Agent Gunderson has located the manufacturer of Annie's locket in Utica, New York.
Oh, boy.
That sort of locket was produced from 1918 to 1924.
Sort of locket?
Over 90,000 were made and sold.
Aw, gee.
Annie, I'm afraid the gist of it is that Agent Gunderson doesn't think there's a chance in a million of locating your parents through the locket. I'm so sorry.
That's okay. I mean, you did the best that you could, and if you can't find them, nobody can. But hey, I guess a person can turn out fine without folks. I mean, look at you. You got everything. All them Duesenbergs hanging on the wall, and...
Excuse me, sir. I'll go check on the dinner menu.
Annie, a Duesenberg is a car, and Lou Gehrig is the first baseman for the New York Yankees. And there's something else you should know. I've made me a fortune, that fortune may tend, been headlined and profiled again and My speeches are greeted with thunderous acclaim. At two you never saw teeth bearing my name, yet something was missing each time I got through. That something was someone, but who could that someone be? How could she make it known? Who would need me for me? Need me for me alone. The world was my oyster, but where was the pearl? Who dreamed I could find it in one little girl? Yet something was missing. My dreams can come true. That something is no one but you. Not bad for an old man, huh? Yes, something was missing. My dreams do come true. That something is no one but you.
Yes, sir.
Do you have those legal papers I gave you the other day?
Oh, yes, I'll go get them right now.
No, wait. I want you to stay for a moment. I haven't waltzed since the inauguration of William Howard Taft. Annie, sit down. Annie, I want to adopt you.
Adopt me?
Yes or no?
Mr. Warbucks, if I can't have my real mother and father, there's no one in the world I want more than you.
Drake,
Yes, sir.
call Justice Brandeis and ask him to come over to sign the adoption papers.
Yes, sir.
Grace, tell Mrs. Pugh we'll be having a house full of guests. We'll need flowers, caviar, and champagne.
Yes, sir.
Annie, this isn't just going to be an adoption party. It's going to be a celebration. And you can have anyone in the world you want to come to it. Who would you like? Andrew Mellon, Madame Chankashek, Lou Gehrig.
Anyone in the world? Oh, boy. Well, I guess I'd like Miss Farrell here, and Mr. Drake, of course, and Miss Pugh, and I guess I just want everybody here.
That's who I'd like too. Great, Drake. Come here.
Yes, sir.
Tell the staff to get spiffed up. They're going to be the guests at Annie's adoption party.
Yes, sir. Spiffed up, sir.
Oh, and the kids.
Oh, I'm afraid it'll be far past their bedtime. But I tell you what, we'll have everyone from the orphanage here tomorrow for a big Christmas party.
Miss Hannigan, too?
Miss Hannigan, too. Why not? Annie, I'm the luckiest man in the world.
And I'm the luckiest kid.
Together at last.
Together forever.
We're tying a knot. They never can sever. I don't need sunshine now to turn my skies to blue. I don't need anything but you. You've wrapped me around that cute little finger. You've made life a song. You've made me a singer.
And what's that back up
it again.
Yesterday was quite awful.
But that's not now, that's then. She's poor as a mouse.
He's richer than Midas.
But nothing on earth could ever divide us. And if tomorrow I'm an apple seller too,
I don't need anything but you.
Excuse me, sir, but the servants are spiffed up for the party.
Good. Grace,
Yes, sir.
I think Annie and I need to get spiffed up too. Having that... Why, Grace, that's a very lovely dress.
Thank you, sir.
Have Annette put her into one of her new dresses and do something with her hair. I don't know, take her upstairs and, well, gussy her up.
Yes, sir. Gussie, you're up. Come on, Annie.
Welcome to the happiest night of my life.
Excuse us, folks. Look, Shirley, there's our Anne.
Who are you? Honey, we're your mom and dad.
Mudge. Mudge is the name. Ralph Mudge, and this here's the wife, Shirley.
He never knew it, dear. But you're Annie Mudge.
Annie Mudge?
We was sick and broke, honey. We didn't know which way to turn. A man gives us a chance to work at his farm up in Canada.
But we couldn't bring along no baby.
We loved you, honey, but we had to leave you behind.
Mr. Mudge, is it? We have talked to a great number of people.
I expect you'll be wanting proof of who we are. Well, here's Annie's birth certificate, and here's our driver's licenses.
Baby girl named Anne Elizabeth Mudge, born to Ralph and Shirley Mudge, New York, New York, date October 28th, 1922.
October 28th? But that's my birthday.
It said so in her notes, sir.
Yes, I know, but I still don't...
Mister! Please! You gotta believe us. We got in on the Greyhound this afternoon and went straight to the orphanage to fetch our Annie. But the lady there said that our baby was up here.
Oh, Annie, all the years I've dreamed of holding you in my arms again.
Mr. Mudge, on the night that Annie was...
Here's something you wouldn't know about. On the night that we left Annie at the orphanage, we gave her half of a silver locket and kept the other half so's.
Ralph, look! Annie's wearing it.
And here's the part we kept. Yes, it fits perfectly.
Oh, Ralph, she really is our Annie.
She is.
She seems to be.
Well, if you'll be getting Annie's things together now, we'll be taking her along.
Take her?
No.
Just a moment, Mr. Mudge. What about the money?
Money? Well, we ain't got much, but...
You haven't heard that I've offered a certified check for $50,000 to anyone who can prove they are Annie's parents?
No, sir. We don't know nothing about no check. Besides, we don't want no money.
Right. We don't want no money for Annie.
On the other hand, Cheryl, remember that little pig farm out in New Jersey? With $50,000, we can afford to bring Annie up right. In the country with fresh air, fresh eggs.
Fresh ham.
Fresh ham. Certified, huh? All I gotta do is make it out to myself.
Yes, that's correct. Tomorrow morning.
Tomorrow morning?
You wouldn't mind if Annie would stay till tomorrow morning, Christmas. Then you can come back for Annie and the check.
Oh.
Oh, well, whatever you prefer, sir. Well, I think we should be getting back to the hotel now. Bye, Annie.
Goodbye, Annie. Love.
Until tomorrow morning, honey. Then you'll be spending the rest of your life with us. Well, goodbye, all. Whoops, pardon me, Toots. Merry Christmas.
Season's greetings.
Well, this is wonderful news. Annie has found her mother and father, and they seem to be a very nice couple.
Very nice. You're very lucky, Annie.
Right, just think. New Jersey.
Drake, champagne.
Yes, sir.
We must celebrate, because we've just had the most wonderful news in the world. Annie has found her mother and father. Everyone, I propose a toast to Annie Mudge.
To Annie Mudge.
Merry Christmas! I seem to have the same effect on everyone.
I've lost her. I've lost Annie.
Sir, that Mr. Mudge, I think I've seen him someplace before, but I can't remember where or when. I have the strangest feeling that he is not who he says he is.
Mr. President, Franklin, I need your help.
Of course, Oliver. Whatever I can do.
Mr. Warbucks and Miss Farrell.
You're up early.
Yes, well, my folks are coming for me, of course, so I thought I'd just wait for here. Guess they'll be taking me out to the country. Will you come and see me sometime?
Yes, I'll come and see you.
Well, you're up early, too.
Oh, we've just been up all night, dear. Oh, we've had quite a time of it. FBI agents coming and going. Annie, did you know that President Roosevelt is here?
Really?
I have some very difficult news to tell you, and the President is going to help me tell it to you. Mr. President.
Merry Christmas, President Roosevelt.
Merry Christmas, Annie. It's good to see you again.
It's good to see you again, too, sir.
Franklin.
Annie, very early this morning, FBI Director Hoover telephoned me with some very sad news. Through the handwriting in the paper in your note, we were able to trace the identity of your parents.
Yes, we already know that. Mr. and Mrs. Much.
No, they aren't your parents. Your parents were David and Margaret Bennett.
David and Margaret Bennett? Well, where are they?
Annie, your parents passed away a very long time ago.
You mean they're dead?
Yes, dear.
So I am an orphan, after all.
Are you all right, dear?
Yes, because you see, I guess I always knew I was an orphan, because I knew my parents loved me, and they would have come back for me.
I love you, Annie Bennett.
And I love you too, Mr. Warbucks. Now, who in the heck are Ralph and Shirley Mudge?
That a girl. Who in the heck are Ralph and Shirley Mudge?
The birth certificate could have easily been forged. But the thing is, they knew about the locket.
The locket? That's your key.
But no one knew about the locket except us, and the FBI, of course.
And Miss Hannigan.
And Miss Hannigan.
And Miss Hannigan.
Miss Hannigan, sir. And the children from the orphanage.
Ah, Miss Hannigan. I'm delighted to meet you.
Same here. And I'd know you anywhere. You're the Oliver Warbucks, right?
That's correct. Let me introduce you to everyone. You know my secretary, Miss Farrell, of course. And this is the President of the United States. And this is my butler, Drake.
Kids, there's presents here for all of us.
Gee, what a swell place. Ew, who gonna live in this dump? Oh my goodness.
Excuse me, sir. But this has just come from the FBI.
Ah, good. Comes the dawn. Now it all fits together.
Look at this, Annie. Come here.
Oh, boy. Who would have guessed?
Sir, Mr. and Mrs. Mudge.
Show them in, Drake.
With pleasure, sir.
Franklin?
No, Eleanor can wait.
Mr. and Mrs. Mudge.
Good morning and Merry Christmas, one and all.
Merry Christmas.
Look, Cheryl, there's our little girl.
Your little girl.
Well, we don't want to bother you on Christmas and all. We just come to pick up Annie, her suitcase, and oh, the check.
The check. I'd almost forgotten. Here it is. $50,000. Certified.
Certified. Paid to the order of Ralph Mudge.
Read it again.
Paid to the order of The Jig Is Up?
The Jig Is Up. Daniel Francis Hannigan, also known as...
Rooster Hannigan, also known as Ralph Mudge, also known as Danny the Dip.
Franklin, I believe that fraud is a federal offense and that your Secret Service men have the power to arrest.
Oh, of course, Oliver. Lewis. Turn them over.
Sir, Miss.
Deck the halls with boughs of holly,
I believe that you'll find that this woman is their accomplice. Arrest her too, please.
Me? I never seen these people till yesterday.
Come off it, Aggie.
Yeah, sis.
If Lily and me's taking a fall, so are you.
Mr. Warbucks, I ain't never done nothing to you. I've always been...
The jig is up.
Annie, tell him how good and nice I always was to you.
The one thing you always taught me, Miss Hannigan, was never tell a lie.
I'll let you in a little secret. I never did like you, you little gold digger. Take your hands off me.
Annie, we'd like to meet your friends.
Sure. Kids, this is Miss Farrell. Hi, kids. And this is Daddy Warbucks.
Hi, kids.
And this is the President of the United States.
Hi, kids.
Kids, I've got great news. Miss Hannigan's gone for good.
And you won't have to work anymore.
Hooray!
Instead, you'll have classrooms and teachers.
Hooray! But listen, kids, no more mush. Hooray!
Yes, girls, for you and perhaps for all of us, this Christmas marks the beginning of a wonderful new life. I know the depression's depressing.
The carols are still, the stores are filled,
And windows are minus their dressing.
the children don't grin, the Santas are thin.
And I heard a terrible rumor. No goodwill, no cheer box.
We'll get a new deal for Christmas this year.
The snowflakes are frightened of falling, and no one outfits, no peppermint sticks.
And all through the land folks are falling.
And filled with despair,
With 2 proofs from Kellogg's Rice Krispies Treat cereal, you can help save the rainforest and get a certificate.
So just the other day,